Hello! Today I have some things to show you. So I have a couple of books, a 4K, and some DVDs. I'll start with the books. First off, we have Orson Scott Card's novelisation of The Abyss. I got this at a car boot fair for 50 pence, and yeah, for a shiny cover. For a when did this come out? 1989. For a book that's 35 years old, it's in pretty good nick, actually. I mean, there's some, a little bit damage to the corners there on the cover, and there's some spine wear, but generally it's in quite good condition for such an old book. Certainly very certainly in readable condition. So yeah, quite looking forward to reading that. I'm curious which ending it uses, because the theatrical cut and the special edition, they do have quite different endings. Probably the special edition, because novelizations tend to be based on the scripts. Like when they hire someone to write the book, generally it's the movie hasn't been finished yet, so they don't get to watch the movie. It's just, here's the script, write a book. So that's why sometimes you would get like deleted scenes and stuff. So I imagine it's probably the special edition version of the ending rather than the theatrical. But curious to see what they go for, what they go, what Orson Scott, which version Orson Scott Card based it on. And then we have The Exorcist, the 50th anniversary edition, which makes it seem like it's like a fancy edition that has extra stuff, but no, it's just the book. Yeah, I was in Tesco's, and they had, it was their book section. They had paperback books. It was 2 for £9 or £5.50 each. I couldn't find a second book that I was interested in, but I thought for £5.50 I'll pick this up, because I really like the film, and thought I'll pick up the book, see, compare them, see what's different, what if the books, is it better, is it worse? We'll see. Version. Next we have the 4K, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Yeah, I missed this at the cinema. Most people did, to be fair. And I was at work one day. When I was at work, I work in, my office is in central Newcastle, and I think I was about half an hour early, so like before I had to go in. So I thought I'll look in HMV for 10, 20 minutes, and this was out, and I thought I'll pick it up because I haven't seen it yet, and I heard it was good, and yeah, it is good. I enjoyed it. It's not as good as Mad Max 2 or Mad Max Fury Road. Obviously, I mean, those are two of the best action films ever made. So very few action films are as good as those. But this is still really good. It's quite different. It's more it's not like Fury Road. It's more like, because Fury Road was just like one long car chase. It was like, I think I can't remember who it was, but I remember someone saying it was like it's basically like a feature length. It's like an old Roadrunner cartoon. you know, Mad Max Furious and the women are the Roadrunner, and Emoton Joe and his blokes are like Wile E. Coyote. That's basically, which is a very apt description of the film. This is more, it's a bit, it still has like fast paced action, but it's a bit slower. It's a bit more character driven than Fury Road. So it is quite different, and it is still a good film. I don't know how I would compare it to. I need to rewatch all the Mad Max films, especially because I haven't seen Thunderdome in years. So I really need to like watch all 5 of them now. It would be, and sort of compare them, see what how I would rank them. But just based on memory, I think this would probably come in third behind. Probably be Mad Max 2, Fury Road, either this or the first one, and then the bottom would be Thunderdome. Although, like I say, I haven't seen Thunderdome in a while, so maybe I'd watch it again and go, "Oh no, this is my favorite." You never know. So, but yeah, I did enjoy that. I would recommend it. 4K pictures, really good. Also, I should say, too, is I got it from HMV. Annoyingly, the what do you call them? Clip things. That keeps the case shut. One of them's broken, so now the case doesn't shut properly. So this is like, normally I'm not that bothered about having slip covers. I mean, it's like, like people go mad over them normally. I mean, I don't mind having them, but generally I'm like, I don't really care. It's just a bit of cardboard. But I'm actually glad I have the slip cover in this case, because it actually keeps the box, shut properly when it's on the shelf, when it's got the slip on. So, yay. Hooray for slip covers. Next are these first two DVDs. I got these from my local Morrison's. So, back in the day, long ago, children, back in the heydays of DVDs, you had, supermarkets, every supermarket had a DVD section. And you get, like the charts, like the top 50 or whatever, new DVDs that had come out. And you'd also maybe get, you'd get a section too where it would be like, older titles that were, for like £3-5. And that's how I built up a lot of my DVD collection when I was a kid. Is I would go to the supermarket with my parents. They'd get the groceries, and I would, sometimes I would look at the DVD section, and I'd maybe get one, one of the cheaper ones, the bargain titles, with my pocket money. And that's how I built up my collection for years. And then obviously physical media the sales are declining. So that's not so much a thing now. Some supermarkets like Tesco's don't sell DVDs at all, or Blu-rays or anything. Some of them will sell them, but they'll have a very small section. Like my Morrison's, my local Morrison's, is my nearest supermarket, has a DVD section, but you get maybe you don't get that many titles. It's mostly DVDs. You'll get a handful, maybe 3 or 4 Blu-rays. Occasionally you'll get 4K, like my copy of where is it? The Batman. I actually bought this from my local Morrison's, but generally you'll get maybe 4 Blu-rays, and the rest of them are just DVDs. And I don't tend to buy discs from the supermarket because I'm not so much interested in DVDs. I'd rather, if I want to buy a new film, I want to get it on 4K or Blu-ray. Maybe even I'd even go for a digital copy over DVD, because I don't want to watch it in standard definition. I want to watch it in HD or 4K. And even the Blu-rays that the supermarket sells, those are films that are also on 4K most of the time. So I will just get the 4K from somewhere else. But I was in Morrison's buying something, and I thought, you know what? I miss the days when I would just go, when I was in a supermarket, and I would just buy a DVD, there. So, what? I decided, what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the DVD section, the little DVD section. I'm going to pick up 2 titles I've not seen, I've not heard of. I'm just going to pick them up. I'm going to watch them, see if they're any good. So I picked up 2. One was £7. The other one was £3. So I'll start with the 7. So £10 for the both of these, and I'll start with the £7 title. We have Alison Brie and John Cena in Freelance. He's not built for a desk job. So this is it's like an action comedy film. I'll read the blurb. Stuck in a dead-end desk job, an ex-Special Forces... I don't know why I'm doing it with an American accent. An ex-Special Forces operative reluctantly accepts a freelance gig to provide security for a washed-up journalist. I'm assuming he's the ex-Special Forces and she's the journalist. It doesn't say who's in the back, but you can probably guess. As she interviews a ruthless but impeccably dressed dictator. As she's about to get the scoop of a lifetime, a military coup breaks out, and the unlikely trio must figure out how to survive in the jungle and each other, another to make it out alive. There's a rant, so, and each other, another to make it out alive. I think that doesn't make any sense. Each other, another. I think they're meant to write either each other or another. Like maybe they wrote one, but then they decided no, the other word, the other one, they wrote another, and they thought no, each other sounds better, or vice versa, and they just forgot to delete the other word. I've done that sometimes. I'll look on forum posts that I've made, and I'll notice I've missed a word out, or I went, I said, no, I'll use this word instead, and I ended up including both of them. It drives me up the wall. Yeah, bit of sloppy quality control there, but yeah, so this is probably complete trash, let's be honest, but it's probably trash, but you never know. it could be. I mean, I'm not expecting much from like a John Cena movie I've never heard of, but it could end up being a. I'm not expecting anything great, but it could be a fun hidden gem. Could be a perfectly fine, fun action film. So yeah, you never know till you watch these things. I'm. It probably is trash, but I'm gonna go in with an open mind, and hopefully I'll enjoy it. And the next one is the £3 title. This one I'm a lot more interested in. I think this one might actually. I'm quite excited to watch this one. Actually, we have a western starring Nicolas Cage, Butcher's Crossing. So this one has a very, very small description on the back. A frontier epic about an Ivy League dropout as he travels the Colorado wilderness, where he joins a team of buffalo hunters on a journey that puts his life and sanity at risk, based on the highly acclaimed novel by John Williams. I'm guessing it's John Williams isn't John Williams, the film composer is. There's an author called John Williams. Yep, quite interested to watch this. I like a good western, and Nick Cage has been making some interesting stuff. And even if it turns out to be crap, it was only £3, so hey. Now we have some animated shows. One's a Japanese anime. We have I'm not sure how you pronounce this. Haibane Renemi. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I've never seen this. I've heard good things about it. It's about I think it's about like angels or something based on the cover. But yeah, heard good things. Thought I'd check it out. This is on Blu-ray, but it doesn't tell you what year exactly, but it was made in, I believe, the early 2000s, or the 2000s, and so it was done in standard def because everyone had standard def TVs. Not many people had HD TVs, so a lot of shows were still done in standard def. And it was released on Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray is an upscale, and apparently it wasn't upscaled particularly well, so the DVD actually looks better, so I just went for the DVD. Annoyingly, like I mentioned with Furiosa, the case was a bit broken when I got it. This isn't the original case it came in, so when I ordered it, the case that it came in was broken, and one of the hubs, I think it was this one, was broken. So this disc kept coming off and, rattling around, so I bought a spare DVD case that could fit 4 discs, so, yep, kind of annoying, but, and I believe actually I bought it from Amazon, but the seller was MVM Entertainment, the company who made the DVD. They were the sellers, and I bought it from them. So you'd think, if it's their own product, they would like package it decently, but I guess not, because it came, like I say, the case was broken. But yeah, it's all right. Hopefully that disc didn't get too scratched up when it was rattling around. And finally, these are 3 Hanna-Barbera cartoons. So when I was a kid, when I was growing up, I used to watch repeats of old Hanna-Barbera cartoons from like the 60s, 70s. There's a channel, I think it's still around, but it was Boomerang. I believe it's like sort of a sister channel to Cartoon Network. They used to show vintage cartoons like Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, and the old Hanna-Barbera stuff. And also the BBC used to repeat some of these cartoons. So I even though they were made, when my parents were children, I grew up watching them as a child too, because they were always on. And I picked up 3. I guess I was feeling quite nostalgic for these, so I picked up 3 shows. 3 of my favourites. We have Wacky Races, the complete series. My dad could do he used to be able to do a dead-on impression of Muttley's laugh. It was scary how close it was to the actual thing. I actually preferred the I did like this cartoon. I preferred the spin-off Dastardly and Muttley, where it's the 2 of them in an old World War One fighter plane trying to catch that carrier pigeon. Stop the pigeon, that show. I actually preferred that over this. I don't know if I prefer it, but I remember it being on more. There is a DVD of that, but it's out of print, and it goes for, it's not cheap. So I thought, otherwise I would have gotten that too. But yeah, Wacky Races I like too. Happy to give that a watch again. Top Cat. Was probably my favourite, actually, of all of them. I love Top Cat. A bit trivia here. This was called, in the UK, they renamed this show Boss Cat because, so it turned out that there was a cat food company called Top Cat, or there was a brand of cat food called Top Cat, and because the show aired on the BBC, they couldn't mention the BBC because it was. I think they were a bit more lax about it, but the BBC couldn't mention any product by name because it was it's paid for by the license fee, so it's publicly funded, so you can't do any advertising, so you can't. I think they're a bit more lax about it now, but certainly back then you couldn't mention any products by name, so they had to rename the show Boss Cat. But I mean, the character was still referred to as Top Cat in the show, and the theme tune still, said Top Cat. It was literally just at the beginning of the show, they just crudely pasted on a new title card that said Boss Cat. But apparently in Ireland, RTE showed it with the original title. So like Irish kids would watch it on RTE and it would be called Top Cat, and then they'd watch it on the BBC, on another day or whenever, because in Ireland they have the BBC and RTE, and they watch it on both channels, and it'd be confusing because like, why is it called Top Cat on one channel but on the other channel it's called Boss Cat? But yeah, now they just went back to the original name, so yeah. But Top Cat and Hong Kong Phooey. Number one super guy. Yeah, I love Hong Kong Phooey as well. I'm curious how all of these hold up because I haven't seen them in about over 20 years since I was a child. But I'm very curious how this holds up because obviously it's like a martial arts parody. From what I remember, there are like, I guess from the fact it's a martial arts parody, there were some jokes involving Asian stereotypes that I imagine probably aren't as acceptable today as they were back in the 70s. So I'm curious how well this holds up. And yeah, that's all I have to show you today. If you've seen any of these, let me know. Do let me know if you've, especially Freelance or Butcher's Crossing, if any of you, probably not, but if any of you have seen those, do let me know if they're any good or not. Yeah, so feel free to comment. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and I will see you all next time.